Twist outs and wash and goes are not the only option that a Black woman has to have healthy, thick, and long hair too. And guess what? Wearing it straight isn't the only option either. It's just the way that we have maintenance. So in this video, we're going to break it down. Let's go. Before we get started, make sure you go ahead and subscribe here to my channel and then click on that bell notification so you're notified every time I post another video. As you can see, my clients are not wearing their hair straight all the time. She's coming in, and even though it's time to wash her hair, it is dirty. It is not clogged, full of product or anything. In this video, I'm going to be taking her hair from alpha keratin, which is her hair in its natural unstretched state, to beta keratin, which is the natural hair in its new stretched state, until the hydrogen bond is broken again with water. There are three bonds holding your hair together: the salt bond, that is broken by highly acidic products; the disulfide bond, which is broken by different chemicals and heat, and that is the permanent bond within your hair. That's the bond that makes your hair curly. And the hydrogen bond is the temporary bond that you break with water. So when your client or when you are getting a silk press, you are messing with the hydrogen bond. Now, the reason that shampoo is so important, and the reason that I love sulfate shampoos, is because they are masterful at removing the natural bacteria that lives on the scalp. Most of the different scalp infections and scalp disorders that most women with curly hair have is due to this bacteria not being removed properly. Now, in this video, you're only going to see me shampoo her hair approximately 2 times, but I always shampoo her hair about 3 times. Now, this is one of the twins. I want to say that this is Kendra. I want to say that this is Kendra, but I don't know. The only way that I can tell the twins apart is from their gap, and as you can see, she not smiling, so I don't know. Now, as a professional cosmetologist and scientist, I learned that the only thing that belongs on the scalp is shampoo. Anything else is going to cause buildup and inflammation. At this point, her hair has been shampooed about 3 times, and now I'm putting conditioner on her hair. Her hair is thicker. If it looks like I'm rubbing it into her scalp, I am not rubbing it into her scalp. I am just breaking up the hair that is at the base of her hair shaft, but I am not rubbing the conditioner into her scalp. Okay, so now I am rinsing this out in cold water. Cold water is going to seal the cuticle. Now, this is the part that confuses a whole lot of people. And this is the difference between having a weightless silk press and having a silk press that's super heavy and stringy, or having, a silk press that reverts back as soon as you go outside. That is going to be the main determining factor, how much product you use. Remember, right now we're taking the hair from alpha keratin in its natural unstretched state to a new stretched state. So right now, all I am doing is using leave-in conditioner. Another thing that confuses a lot of people: there is a difference between combing hair and detangling hair. Detangling is what I did before I shampooed her hair. To detangle is to remove tangles and knots. At this point, I am not removing any tangles. Her hair is not tangled, but her hair is curly. So for me to get all of the leave-in conditioner distributed from her ends up to the top of her hair shaft, not her roots, but to the top of the hair shaft, then I am going to need to really, really comb this product through the hair. And that is what I'm doing with this wide tooth comb. All right. As you can see, her hair is not dripping and drenched in product. And guess what? After this leave-in conditioner, I will not use another product on her hair until I pick up the flat iron. This is the part where a lot of people get confused. Most people think that your heat protectant goes on now, but no. Your leave-in conditioner is the heat protectant for the blow dryer. Remember, who's gonna put a flat iron on their hair when their hair is wet? You need a heat protectant for your blowout. So that is the leave-in conditioner. And on the screen, I just let you see the actual website for my favorite leave-in conditioner. This is a leave-in conditioner that I use on my hair. It's not the one I'm using in this video, because during this video I had my own product line. Let's get this video to a whole bunch of likes. go ahead, give this video a thumbs up. But yeah, you guys, this is again in this video around the time that I did have my own product line. But when I didn't have my own product line, the product that I used was Kimbra. And right now I do not have my own product line, and the product that I use is Kimbra. All of the links are in the description box and on the screen. So again, you guys, it is really important that you guys know that. Most videos that you see where everybody is doing a silk press, you use a leave-in conditioner, then an oil, then a serum, maybe even a little bit of a cream, and then you guys spray a thermal heat protectant on wet hair. No, the only thing that you really, really, truly need on your hair when you are doing a blowout is a leave-in conditioner, which also acts as a heat protectant. And let's get into this. Now, I know you guys love your natural styles, and it is a way that you can do, like, if you want to just have this hairstyle for maybe like a day, like one day you don't really feel like putting that much time into your hair, and you just want to do a quick little style like this for this day, and then you're going to wash your hair when you get home. Okay. But to have a style like this for long periods of time, you guys, leads to extreme breakage. And this is why most women with curly hair cannot retain length, because you are more focused on a vanity metric and how pretty the curls look than you are the amount of tension that you're putting on the actual strand. Even though this looks cute, the beads on the ends cause breakage, and that band going around the ponytail causes breakage. It is beautiful, yes, but this is a style that should really not happen. And if it is going to happen, you do this for the day, for an event. It is like a masterful, cute updo. That is what I put it in the same category as. But in reality, there are so many different ways to stretch curly hair. And if we really, really sit down and get to the core of everything, as a cosmetologist that did not just do African American hair or curly hair, no other woman on the face of this earth just gets healthy hair by just letting it be just on their head. No, you have to make sure that your hair is stretched so the waxy substance that is coming from your scalp can travel from the roots to the ends. That is the key. So again, that's not your only option. You can blow your hair out and wrap it around a flexi rod like this beauty did, or you can do a perm rod set. The main reason why most Black women don't want to wear their hair straight is because they really like the way that their natural curls look. Well, guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. You can still embrace your naturally curly hair by simply getting a perm rod that resembles your exact curl pattern. Now, the woman that you keep seeing popping up on the screen, I'm putting her there because you guys have to broaden your horizons. So many times, anytime you guys see heat or a blow dryer or anything, you're so freaking scared of it. It's like some type of mental brainwash that it's like, no, the only thing that a Black woman has the ability to do is a wash and go or a twist out, and that is not true. I have a question for you. When you're looking at a perm rod set, right? It's going to play again in a second. When you're looking at this perm rod set versus the twist outs that you do, which one do you think is easier to comb at the end of the day, right? When I talk about scientific brushing and all of that, which one do you think is harder to comb, and which one do you think is going to hold the curl? And look at the very, very small amount of a light oil that she put on her ends. That is the only thing that you would need to put on your hair for this service, equivalent to the way that I'm blow drying my client. And all I've put on her hair at this point is a leave-in conditioner, right? Just a leave-in conditioner. Well, guess what? If you were to do this flexi rod set like her, all you would need is a leave-in conditioner and a setting foam, right? So it is so important that you guys understand that less is more. Look how full of body her hair is, and now with that oil that she put on her hands, just that little bit, she's not going back and putting more on. No, that little that she put on her hands and rubbed on her fingertips was enough to lightly separate, because we do not detangle our hair with water, babe. We do it with oil. It is the oil within the leave-in conditioner that you guys like to use, or all of the products that you like to use, it causes the slip, not the other things in the conditioner. The only other thing in there is wax and water. Okay. And water paralyzes the hair shaft. That's why it seems like it's easier to comb. But again, you do not have to blow dry your hair if you don't want to. All right. I'm showing you guys this on the screen because doing flexi rod sets and stuff like that and roller sets is not my thing. But I do want you guys to realize that the styles that you do cause a certain hair shaft disorder. Here on the screen are a bunch of different hair shaft disorders, but one of them looks just like single strand knots. And here on the screen is trichinodosis. This is the name of the hair shaft disorders that most naturals have. And everybody calls those single strand knots. But in reality, the scientific term for this hair shaft disorder is trichinodosis. Trichinodosis is what most women who wear their hair naturally curly have, and it is a form of split ends. And this is why whenever you straighten your natural hair out, it looks really, really long. But in reality, it's a bunch of different lengths, and you have what I called a cone in the other video. That is because when you pull off those single strand knots, you are slowly thinning out your hair, you guys. Single strand knots are split ends. And when you get rid of the single strand knots, or when you do different things that the Team Natural community taught you, like search and destroy and things of that nature, what ends up happening is you end up really, really thinning out the ends. This is something that I want most people to think about. So when you're so like anti flat iron, anti blow dryer, things of that nature, to be honest, the things that you do now are more damaging to your hair than ever putting a blow dryer or sitting under a hooded dryer will ever be. So when I say, or when I'm making these different videos saying, oh, I don't like twist outs, oh, I don't like wash and goes, I still mean that very much so. Why? Because a wash and go or a twist out is a lazy way to do a roller set or a twist out. I mean, yeah, a roller set or a flexi rod set, but you can create the same voluminous curls in your hair that you are really, really in love with about your natural hair by just doing a flexi rod set, right? And think about it. How long does it take you to do a twist out on your hair? If you're doing a twist out and all of that stuff on your hair, that's going to take you like 4 or 5, 6 hours. When you get used to doing roller sets on your hair, you can spend one day doing your hair and not have to touch your hair again for 2 weeks. People who do roller sets and flexi rod sets can still brush and comb their hair throughout the week, and the curls will form right back again by using just a very, very small amount of serum on the ends, just like my client did, or just like my client, Lord, just like the woman at the beginning of this video did. Now, I've posted this video before of Kendra and Raven, so many, so many videos of them on my channel, and none of their videos do you ever see them come in with any wash and goes, any Team Natural styles, anything. I remember when my video first went viral of the twins, I was encouraging them like, hey, why don't you guys start your own channel? And they did that for a minute, but then they ended up stopping because they did not create the type of content that you guys wanted to see. They did not grow their hair out by having Team Natural hacks. They grew their hair out the exact way that I tell you guys all the time. They were not product junkies, putting a whole bunch of products in their hair, doing wash and goes. They never do that. They shampoo their hair and they blow dry it, and they'll put it in like two big French braids going straight to the back, or they'll put it like in one big French braid and then put it in a cute ponytail or something like that, or they're wearing their hair straight. They're not doing all of this crazy stuff to their hair, and they still have all of their curls. Obviously, the curls are not super tight because the heavier your hair gets, the more elongated your curls are going to get. So that's something that everybody has to think about, right? And then at this point, this is the third product that I put in on her hair, which is a heat protectant. This is when you add a thermal heat protectant. when you are using it on hot tools, on a actual thermal tool, right? But as you can see, her hair is blown out, it is straight, and now all I am doing with the flat iron is polishing her hair, right? So at this point, I want to say I always had the flat irons on about 400 for the twins. I do not remember their porosity, so don't make me lie because I do not remember. But we were pretty good with just one to maybe two passes. Yeah, like one to two passes, and then we were pretty much good. But their hair was beautiful. And when the twins came in to see me, they were either coming because they wanted to get their hair washed and straightened, or they would come in for they trims every 10 weeks. Every 10 weeks I saw them, and their hair was longer and longer and longer every time. Why? Because the twins never allowed their hair to split all the way up the hair shaft. They never wet their hair multiple times in one day. And if they wanted to wear their hair in its curly state, they did a flexi rod set. They were not doing twist outs and wash and goes and things of that nature. Women who have extremely long, thick, healthy hair are not just walking around playing in their hair. They're not playing in their hair all day. They're not putting a crap load of products in their hair. And the ones that do have YouTube channels, babe, they have to do that. You guys see women with a bunch of long hair putting a bunch of products in their hair all the time, my love, because it's their job. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just giving you the reality of it. Women with really long hair, and this is just one of many videos that I'm going to show you, because when I was standing behind the chair, this is what I did. I had clients in one or two forms. I either had clients that had really damaged hair that I was fixing and repairing to get them to this point, or they were Black women with long hair like this. So I'm gonna be giving you guys both. It's January. So I have a whole lot of stuff going on, really good stuff, but I do want to get this video out today. I want to get a video out today. I'm doing my daughter's hair and stuff and all of that today. So I really wanted to get this video out to you guys just to show you that, because there are way more positives than negatives as it pertains to comments on the channel. But I do want to just tell you guys that wearing your hair straight is not the only thing that you have to do. When you look at a video, don't just look at a 20-minute video or however long this video is and then just make an assumption and create a whole story in your head. No. The women who came and sat in my chair had a hair regimen. They had a system and a cycle that they followed. And I've made that cycle into the 7-day challenge. Now, you don't have to take it. It is completely up to you. That on the screen was just one of many of my reviews and testimonials. I have a bunch of new ones coming up really soon. But you guys, you do not have to take my word for it. I already have the structure that I gave all of my clients that would come book one-on-ones that would come sit in my chair. I've put together the whole system that they will follow together, and that is what is now my 7-day challenge. But you guys, it is not something that we need to like argue about and go back and forth about all the time. It's not a thing. And guess what, if you don't agree, that is okay. But since I was 19 years old, I am now 33 going on 34. This has been the study of my life, and I get results. I have gotten results for thousands and thousands and thousands of women. So that is why I stand true, and I'm unwavering on my standpoint with things. And if you don't agree, that is fine. But don't leave a bunch of comments giving your I have a dream speeches, because I'm either going to delete the comment or block you. Because like I said, I've been doing this since I was 19, and I'm not arguing about it. Okay, I'm just not. I'm not going to argue about it. Okay. Yeah. So again, as you can see, the only thing that I've been putting on her hair is heat protectant. And again, I am going to leave the equivalent, or not the equivalent, but yeah, the equivalent to what I used when I did not have my own product line. I'll put the equivalent to that on the screen. It is my favorite. If you are new here to my channel, you don't know this, but if you are OG here, you already know. Like, if Sam did not have her own product line, what product is she using? Kimbra. Everybody knows that. I don't switch up. I know that there are a lot of new products on the market. Feel free to try them. Do your thug thistle, but I don't switch up. All right. So again, As you can see, her hair is absolutely beautiful. She does not have any thermal damage or anything. This, I don't even know. Like, listen, this in this video, this was the last year of my career. I have been doing her and her sister's hair for years prior to this. So this isn't our second, third, fourth, or fifth rodeo. Like, this is my sister girl. Okay, so that is what I want you guys to understand. This is longevity. This is a I mean, a habitual habit of really having steady habits of low manipulation styles, keeping the hair stretched in different ways and not just wearing it straight. You guys get a grip. Okay. And just making sure that the hair is able to be combed. I'm sorry, but any style that your hair is in, obviously not if it's braided. You're not supposed to be able to comb your hair if it's braided. But you guys, obviously, if your hair is braided, then you are not going to be trying to comb your hair, right? Then this is their channel. This is their old channel. But they're not making none of those videos no more. They're like, I don't have time. And that's the thing. There are so many women who have beautiful long hair like this, but when I remember when Kendra and Raven started making videos about their hair, there were women arguing with them like, no, y'all should do this. You should do this. You should try this. So they were just like, never mind. We'll do something else. So now at this point, I am setting her silk wrap, right? And at this point, I am using a serum, right? And the serum, oh, so I'm lying. She has slightly high porosity here. Okay, so what the serum is going to do, it is going to set her bond until the next time I see her or until the next time she shampoos her hair. Because again, alpha keratin was her hair in its natural state, unstretched, and now this is her hair now in beta keratin. I'm setting it for the last time in beta keratin. Remember, hot air or hot water opens the cuticle and then cool air seals it, or cool water seals it. So I'm putting this serum on her hair. And this serum is slightly silicone based. Yes, it is. Videos on silicones coming soon. Girl, bye. So yeah, wrapping her hair with this serum, and as this serum goes around her hair, what it is going to do is seal her bonds in beta keratin until we wet her hair again, breaking the hydrogen bond, taking her back to alpha keratin. And that is the scientific breakdown of a silk press. When we're doing a silk press, we're not just like, oh, we don't like being black anymore. We're going to try to be another race. No, because I would have you guys know that the majority of the planet has wavy to curly hair. Black women just have the curliest hair, but we are not the only ones with curly hair. But the reason that we don't know that is because the majority of the planet understands that for the waxy substance that is sebum to coat the hair shaft, your hair needs to be stretched in some way. So again, you do not have to wear your hair straight if you do not want to. You do not have to blow it out if you do not want to. But for years and years and years, before the Team Natural community ever came along, before anybody knew what a twist out or a braid out or a wash and go was, our grandmothers and our great grandmothers were doing roller sets, perm rod sets, flexi rod sets, and straw sets. We Wash and goes is it's not a thing. You guys check my community tab. I have somebody that's from Africa that is literally like saying we didn't do that. We use the threading method before we had blow dryers. And once we had blow dryers, we were like, all right, let's use some blow dryers. But they're not in Africa right now just threading their hair everywhere. Like I showed you guys in my last video, Randall Cunningham's wife that I was really close to.